Hey everyone, we're back again with another story, and this one is titled, Almost Lost My Resolve. Please be sure to like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Let's get right into it. An update. I'll also provide some background as my wife's browsing history, yes, I am spying, shows she hasn't used Reddit in 6 months. Honestly, at this point, I don't even care. I'm white-knuckling it right now. Anyone who has found out and said nothing until they served their cheating piece of crap, you had my admiration. This is effing hard. I got home late Sunday. It's a 1,400-mile drive. This was good. I really didn't want to see or talk to her. I was tired. Went to my chair and slept. I haven't slept well in 2 months. I've lost 15 pounds. I look and feel like S, but it was the first 8 hours I had gotten in a while. Monday, my wife tried to initiate some intimacy. I just cannot get it up for this woman. My Johnson is up bright and early before me every morning, so this is nothing physical with me. It's just that for once, my D is in total agreement with my mind and heart. This upset her and we got into a pretty heated argument. I told her maybe it was something wrong with me. I'm 50 years old and this happens. She started insinuating again that I'm cheating on her. She said that I'm not being a good husband. I haven't effed her in over 2 months. I haven't told her I loved her in over 2 months. Clearly, I'm doing something behind her back. I mean, she tried to gaslight the S out of me. Yeah, I was doing something behind her back. I was piecing everything together. D-Day for me was September 25th. I work in collision repair. Specifically, I work on the vehicles that are considered train wrecks. September 25th, I wound up cutting my leg open on a truck I was working on. That was a trip to the emergency room. I got 5 stitches inside my leg and 34 stitches on the outside. It was pretty bad. I got put on some hefty painkillers and there was no way I was going to drive. So I called my wife, no answer. Called her 5 minutes later, no answer. Called again, no answer. Texted her, babe, pick up, I need you, call me. Called her again, no answer, more texts, nothing. About an hour and a half of this, so I got an Uber to take me home. We turn onto my street, come in view of my house, and she's standing in our doorway, completely sucking face with the GM of where she works. I told the driver to stop. This wasn't a peg, folks. They were swapping spit. She was supposed to be at work. I pulled out my phone, took a couple of pictures, and told the driver to keep driving. I had him take me back to work. I sat there in the break room for 4 hours, head down on the table, numb, effing heartbroken. When the painkillers wore off, I drove home, in pain from my leg and from everything going on through my head. She wasn't home when I got there. She came home a couple of hours later. She acted all concerned. Maybe she was, maybe she wasn't. I don't know. I asked how her day was, and she made up some BS about work that day. I know it was BS. A week later, I learned from the first time that she hasn't worked a Friday in 3 years. I never really used Reddit much. It was always there, but I had no real interest in it till then. I was looking for crap on dealing with cheaters and this sub showed up along with YouTube videos. So I read stuff here, just trying to find out what the hell I should be doing right now. I was reading about all the red flags and just saying, yup, well, that fits her to a T. Always on the phone, always texting. For some effing reason can't answer my calls or text. She had no idea until last Monday that I had sat in the emergency room trying to call her, texting her. In 2 whole effing months, she had not looked at our chat log, at all. She was yelling at me that I needed to be a better husband, that I'm not doing enough for her. I got so effing pissed, I grabbed my phone, opened the chat log, and shoved it in her face. Showed her there was unanswered text. I rarely raised my voice, but I yelled at her that one time I needed her to be there for me, I got ghosted. She pulled out her phone, looked, then she left the house for a couple of hours. When she came back, she apologized and then lied right to my effing face. Oh, she had a hard day at work that day, didn't notice because she was so busy. The truth is, she didn't know about the calls and texts because she was too busy effing her boss in my house to answer her phone. In the time between that day and now, I've snooped her phone, her laptop, her iPad. Learned I could look at all her S from one of her old phones. I've installed cameras in the house. I have been watching her cheat on me in real time for 2 months. Let me tell you something. I've always thought Apple products are for idiots. They really are. Cheaters should probably start using Android or something, because Apple syncs across everything. I've learned she doesn't just dislike my son, she effing hates that kid. probably because him being at my house in the summer was cramping her style. I've learned that this affair has been going on for years. I've learned it's not just her boss. One of the men she has been effing has been someone I have worked with and considered a friend for over 14 years. She works with his wife. His wife has been helping her hide the affair with her boss. They effing introduced me to her. They watched me propose to her. They were at the wedding. They let me marry this woman knowing she was cheating on me. I know of 4 men. 2 I know, 2 I don't know. They've effed in my bed, on my couch, on my kitchen table where I eat, in my shower. These a-holes have used my goddamn soap to wash their effing balls. I went up to my property in where I hunt deer to get away for one weekend. I invited her. I always ask her to come whenever I go there. She always declines. When I got back, I just watched this parade of men go through my house and F my wife. She didn't even shower and clean herself off between the 2 of them. What a effing pig. Yeah, there's a camera in the bathroom too. Same thing when I went to Chicago for Thanksgiving. She spent the whole weekend effing other men in my home, in my bed. For 2 months, I have kept this to myself until I told my ex-girlfriend what is going on. I'm wearing this calm mask, but I am inches from Hulk smash mode. I almost confronted her about her cheating, but I just ate the lies she told me. I effing apologized for the argument. I told her I would make an appointment with a doctor for my erectile dysfunction, and then I read her text to her boss calling me a limp D and she can't wait for Friday. This is not the woman I fell in love with 7 years ago. I'd like to say that she's pure evil, but I'm thinking she got severe mental health problems. Certainly she's a sociopath. Whatever, I did not sign up for this. It was very hard for me to ask her to marry me. Since my first divorce, I had a hard time believing that anything nice a woman said to me was what she really meant. I've chased off 2 fantastic women in my life because I was still effed in the head from my first wife. More so what I went through after the divorce than she didn't really love me. I got messed up in my first divorce. I walked away from it with $43 in my pocket. No home, no car, no means to do my job, no support from my family, and had to couch surf for the next 3 years because everything I made went to alimony and paying off our debt. 22 years old and my life effed before it really even started. I spent my 24th birthday on my friend's couch drunk with a gun in my mouth, bawling like a baby because I didn't have the stones to do it. I saw no light at the end of the tunnel. Well, since that day, I have kept $43 in my wallet to remind me of the lowest I have ever been. I'm not saying that's where I am now, but I feel like I did after that. Yeah, I'm wiser and covered my A this time, but you know, the first time, I caught them in the act. Had to do it in the old-fashioned way, come home early from a trip, but it was over. The extent of the gaslighting was her saying it's not what it seems and then screaming at me to stop as I beat the S out of my brother and his friend. Don't do this. This hurt me in the divorce big time, but it was over. There was no BS. Nothing could be denied. All the therapy I've gone through, it's all gone. This time around, it's this slow process of deceit, holding everything in, just getting lied to all the time. Even when she doesn't need to lie, she lies. I feel that every time I blink, she F's some other guy. I no longer love this woman. Let's be clear, there will be no working this out. I've checked out. My anniversary is a day that will live in infamy. Pearl Harbor Day. I'm going to make sure she remembers it. But the seconds seem like hours. I'm worn out. I have a constant headache. All the therapy I have gone through, it's all gone. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any of our future videos, and be sure to comment below what other subreddits you want me to cover.